Hi beer lovers, welcome to the Craft Beer channel. Happy New Year. I say happy, it's actually one of the most miserable times of the year. And for some reason, some people give up drinking during that time. I just don't get it. So the Brad and I, we're taking part in Tryanuary, which is the antithesis of Dry January.
Right.
So the idea is not drinking more, but drinking something you haven't tried. So we've got 4 amazing beers from 4 brilliant breweries that we think you've probably never heard of. So we're going to crack open our first beer. This is a beer that comes from my hometown.
Wow.
I'm from Abingdon, which of course has a very rich heritage of brewing near Oxford.
Lovely.
It's where the Moorlands Brewery was based in 2000. So I grew up with the smell of malt in my nostrils, which is probably why I now do this. So this is Golden Gunner by Loose Cannon. It is a 3.5% golden ale, so very, very low ABV. But as I'm hoping Brad is about to discover, it's absolutely loaded with flavour.
Very fragrant.
Yeah, lots of orange, like juicy orange, I think.
Yeah, quite juicy. Not as big on the mouth as on the nose, for sure.
Well, it's not got a lot of mouthfeel because it's down at 3.5%.
But it's impressive what they've got going on in there for such a low percentage.
I think with these beers that are such low ABV, so much of the flavour comes from the aroma, and if you're breathing in deep as you drink it, you get a sort of a whole 3D experience.
You've got to make sure not to drown if you're breathing in at the same time as
Yeah, do you think we could get some
gulping.
letters about that one?
What's next then, Johnny?
So the next one is called PINNACLE. It's a pale ale. It's by a brewery that actually contacted us called HILLSIDE out in Gloucestershire. So they're a very traditional brewery. They've even got a mild, like who brews milds? But
Maniacs.
they did this incredible American IPA, unfiltered, big juicy banger.
Awesome.
And that's from in the middle of nowhere in Gloucestershire, and I was blown away. So I asked for a couple more samples, and they sent me this, which is another beautiful lower ABV. It's 3.8, I believe, 3.8.
Yeah.
But get your chops around this.
It's just a straight up pale ale.
Yeah. It's a British pale ale, so there's going to be Fuggles, there's going to be Goldings, and what you get is that almost slightly leathery savouriness that you don't necessarily get from the big citrus hops. There's a real grassiness there that I really like. It's very different to sort of the session IPAs and the pale ales that people are brewing in London.
Is it a bit bitter? It's a bit bitter.
Yeah. I mean, it's got a really long bitter finish rather than like a smack in the face and it sort of dies away. It's almost sort of tannic in that way, like a red wine. It just sort of sits on the tongue for a little bit
lingering.
longer. Yeah, a lingering bitterness. So number 3,
NØGNE.
NØGNE or NØGNE or
NØGNE.
or
NØGNE.
I believe it's NÖGNE.
Oh.
I don't think you even pronounce the O, you just blend it in with the E. NÖGNE.
NØGNE.
Yeah.
Oh.
You look kind of
NØGNE.
naughty.
Oh.
Okay, now you've gone Scottish. We did a video with them already.
We did.
Hence why Brad knows about them and I know about them. We went down to Crate Brewery where they did a beer tasting and we had some really stunning beers. So these guys are from Norway, a country famous for having really stringent tax laws. And I don't think you can even advertise beer over like 3% over there. So credit to them even for producing beer at 7%.
It smells like a mountain goat passing, jumping off a cliff, hurtling towards certain death.
You're getting that from this.
It's quite evocative.
You know those moo cow bits? I called them moo cows when I was a kid, and that's really embarrassing.
Moo cows?
Malted biscuits.
A
The
malted
little square ones
biscuit.
with a cow on it.
Yes.
You've got that coated in chocolate with some raisins.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Plus a bit of goat falling off a cliff. That's beautifully balanced. It's really sweet and malted. Almost like a malt drink, and then smacks you with some bitterness and a bit of smoke as well at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you got for me now, Johnny?
So the final one, we're really hitting the high ABVs now with a little brewery from Poitou, St Bernardus, a Belgian brewery. The reason I picked this beer is twofold. Firstly, it is absolutely delicious, but secondly, these guys used to brew under contract a beer that every beer nerd knows, Westvleteren. And these guys used to brew Westvleteren for them when they didn't have enough manpower to keep up with demand.
Yeah.
So these guys know how to brew a world-class quad.
Wow, it's incredibly sweet, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really, really sweet smell. It's kind of. I think I get dried apricot. Lighter fruits than I was expecting, actually.
Yeah, not so much dark fruits.
Dried apricot, a lot of sort of brown sugar. Let's get ruinous with the 10%. Cheers.
Boom.
To dry January.
Ah, it's good, isn't it?
I love that.
It's a bit jammy.
Yeah, definitely. Like an IPA is really sort of marmalade, like sweet and then bitter. This is just sticky and sweet, and it sort of builds. It's like running up a hill of jam. It just gets stickier and sweeter.
It's like a travelator of jam.
A travelator of jam. A sticky travelator.
Weird, like gladiators. I'm maybe the Wolfman.
You're the wolf. I'm Hunter.
Lightning?
Wait, was Hunter a woman?
No, Hunter was a guy.
He was the blonde one.
He sucked Ulrika Johnson.
Did he?
Yes.
I am Hunter.
It is warming as well, isn't it?
Yeah, like a good whiskey or a brandy or something.
Yeah, heartburn going on, almost.
Imagine that with a cheese. Imagine that with a cheddar. Oh my days.
So, in the spirit of Try January, Johnny, what else are you going to try?
Threesome with a goat.
Hello, I was talking about the beer channel.
Well, in 2 weeks we've got a video all about beers from big breweries that you have never tasted. So there's lots more to do in Try January. Just remember, drink responsibly, but drink better. Am I right?
Yeah, like what he said, drink more and start earlier in the morning.
Sage words. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.